Hey guys, it's Josh from Yu-Gi-Oh Trio, and today I've got a just a mess about deck. It's Connor's, and we've tried to film this about 25 times, and Connor has failed every single time. So I decided to have a go.
Sorry.
So we'll start off with Worm Queen and the three kings. These are your big monsters in the deck. You can get them out with W Nebula Meteorite, and also Queen allows you to get your monsters in the grave and also still have a monster on the field. So she's a really good card. Also, the three kings are your main destruction because all you have to do is tribute a reptile and you get to destroy any card your opponent controls. So these are your really good destruction, and she's just a good card because there's no plus or minus with her. So 3 Carteros. This gets your worms to your hands that you can use with king. You can get them on the field for your evil dragon Ananta. Just your searcher of the deck. 3 or whatever he's called. He gets a worm reptile to the grave when he's normal summoned, and this works good in combo with Yargan, which is special summon from the grave if you only control a worm, which is quite good. Tentacles, Connor played me earlier with this deck, and I had a BLS down and he only had Tentacles, and he attacked into my BLS and had an Honest in hand. And this is effective if you remove a worm reptile from your graveyard. This card can attack twice. So once he had Honest, he hit me 4/7 life points on top of the 1/7 that he already hit me, and he took game. So it's a really good card if you use it right. Then there's Worm Solid. He's your defense in the deck if you wanted to stall a couple of turns whilst you get your hand sorted to know what you want to do. That's where your card comes in. Also with the queens, the kings, they get cards in the graveyard, and this card gains 100 defense for every worm reptile in your grave, so it's just a big card for your opponent to get over if they don't have boss monsters. So then there's Jetalixp, something like that. This card brings itself back when it's destroyed, which is a really good effect because it just stalls a turn. If again you're trying to get your hand sorted, you want to activate your Nebula or any of that. Then the big monster in the deck, which is why you want all these effects to be going off, is 2 Evil Dragon Ananta. It's a really good card. You remove from play reptiles on the field or in the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. It gains 600 attack for each of the removed reptiles. Also, during the end phase that this card is on the field, you can destroy 1 card your opponent controls, or 1 card on the field, I think it is. So yeah, it's a really good effect. It just another piece of destruction to go along with Worm King, which works really well. And then there's Honest because the majority of cards are light except for the Evil Dragon. So yeah, that's the monster lineup. We'll now go into the spells. We'll start off with 2 Worm Coils. This card just gets your the worms to your hand. No, it allows you to special summon them in face down defense. So that's just a good way of special summoning. Most of them are flip effects, so it works quite well with them, obviously. Burial from a different dimension. This card just gets all of them back in the grave, maybe for solid or tentacles if you need a worm in the grave. Then there's Smash for your destruction if you're trying to get rid of their big monsters. Book of Moon to get over Xyz maybe, anything. Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, and Heavy Storm. Staples in every deck. You want to use them all the time. So that's a magic card. It's not very big, but that's because you won quite a lot of traps. 3 of the W Nebula Meteorite. This card's amazing. It allows you to flip all face down monsters face up. So obviously all your effects go off, and then they all go back face down. And then during the end phase, you get special summon a level 7 or higher light reptile monster from your deck. And you also get to draw a card for each of the flip face down monsters. So you get to draw a card for each of them. So it's good draw power, and it gets your monster. There is nothing bad about this card. It's just amazing. Best card in the deck, I think. To Call the Haunted. This card can bring back your kings because you get them straight away. So they're probably going to get destroyed early. So this card's probably never going to be a dead draw. Then you've got your Bottomless, and your Solemn is your summon destruction. Obviously you're going to use your Solemn on the bigger monsters like Hyperion or BLS, because they can call priority if they use Bottomless, for example. But Bottomless is there to maybe take out the Venus or any monster like Thunder Kings or something like that. So it's just good against any cards. Judgment, which stops pretty much it does stop everything except effects. But use that well, because obviously you have to pay half your life points. It's basically staples. Compulsory because it can be chained to anything. That's in there over the second warning, just because it can be chained to anything. You can use it whenever you want. Torrential Tribute, staple, and Mirror Force, your destruction if they've got a big field and they overplay. So basically that's Connor's deck, and because he's an idiot and he cannot do it himself, I had to do it for him. Thanks for watching, guys.